What are you doing, Clover?
Did you purposely print 25 pages?
I don't think I meant it to be that many. Hello, friends. How are you tonight? Welcome to One Crafty Sister Tuesday Night Live. All right, I'm just making some notes here. First of all, I am so excited for you guys to be here this week because I am kicking off a super fun series. Let me fix this on my shirt. I am kicking off a super fun series because guess what? Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is my 13th Stampiversary. So One Crafty Sister is turning 13. I always wanted to be a teenager. Yeah, no. But for real, I will be 13 Stampin' Up years next Tuesday, a week from today. And I can't be more excited that I have the opportunity to share with everyone all these that I've had the opportunity all these 13 years to share with friends and family and new friends and chosen family over the last 13 years, this amazing thing that we call paper crafting. So welcome. Hello, ladies. Lisa, Karen, Amanda, I see you in the comments. So nice to see you. If you guys are tuning in, make sure you drop a comment and let me know where you guys are tuning in from. So a couple just kind of housekeeping things before we get to what the fun crafting is going to be tonight. And I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a little bit different than what I've done in the past, and you'll have to check it out. So what I'll be doing is I went through a bunch of pictures, a bunch of pictures of projects and stuff. And I picked projects from each year going back to 2012 that I wanted to recreate for you or use as inspiration for a new card. So I have two projects, one from 2012 and one from 2013. I went way back in the vault, way back. And I will tell you, some of those old pictures are scary. Some of those old pictures are scary. No, the cards are great. It's just fun to watch kind of the transition over the years of either my paper crafting skills or photography skills or whatever. So anyway, but housekeeping first. Today has been a huge day in Stampin' Up! World. Today, the demonstrators have access to a pre-order for our brand new mini catalog, which you may call our holiday catalog that launches in September. And so as demonstrators, we get to shop from it like a month earlier than everyone else does. So today was the first day that we could shop from that. And my gosh, I haven't placed my order yet because I don't do morning, like I get up and go to work. So I can't do those things in the morning before I go to work. My brain is just not in it in the morning like that. So I am a late night girl. So after this tonight, I will sit down and make my decisions. I have lots of things in my cart. I just have to decide what I'm getting and what I'm not. So that is today. We also had, we have an in color sale that started today. So almost all of our products that have the 2025 to 2027 in colors in them. So my list to make sure I cover it all. I'm sorry, Maple. I just hit Maple in the face because she's down here under the lights. We have a bunch of new products have been added to the last chance, and a lot of it is discounted. So make sure you check the last chance section and see what's in there that you've had on your list and get it before it's gone. But also you might see some past celebration products on there. Now that's something you don't normally see is celebration products in there, and they're discounted. And that is because Celebration is retiring. So we will not have Celebration this January like we've had. Celebration has been around for a lot of years. So Celebration is retiring. An inspiring new program that is going to be launched this December. So I don't have all the details, so I don't want to give it all away yet. But we are going to be doing something super fun that launches in December. So it kind of starts in January. That'll kind of replace the fun of Celebration, but it's going to be something that there is a sheet there. But your bone folder, glue, and adhesive, like all the things that you could use for school that's under $50 is the limit, is tax-free from now until August 11th. So if some of those items that you have picked out from our promotions also fall in the tax-free holiday selection, then you will get another, 6 to 8% off depending on where you live. For Florida, and even in Gainesville, ours is 7.5% sales tax. So that's how much you would save here in my local neck of the woods. And I have a cat chewing my fingers. Thank you, Amanda, for the congratulations. I can't believe it's been 13 years since I started this journey. It seems like just yesterday. And I did not plan to have a business. I definitely didn't plan to be doing Facebook Lives every week and YouTube Lives, or doing any of the things that I was doing. I had no idea what I was getting into. What I did know is that I was spending at least $100 a month at a card class that I was going to. And when I saw, like when I learned about that I could buy this kit for $99, and then to stay active, I'd have to spend like the same I was already spending. And then I would get access to the discount as well as other, other cool things. I'm drinking a seltzer and it kind of gives me burps. So I have to pause every now and then to let the bubbles come back up. But I just had no idea that 13 years from then that I would have the opportunity to share this craft with so many of you. And it's a blessing. It is truly a blessing. I have met some of my best friends in my life through this journey, and I wouldn't have found my people if it wasn't for Stampin' Up. So if you are looking for your people, my team would love to welcome you. So never ever question if it's the right time. There's never a bad time to test it out. And our team would love to welcome you with open arms. So anyway, that is what's going on. I have 3 events to also share with you before we get crafting. Number 1, open for registration. And I have some seats still left at my September retreat. It's called Thanks for Giving. We are dealing with all things. We are in my studio at 1 o'clock on Saturday, August 30th, or you can purchase that as a class to go and get that shipped to you. It ships the week after, so it would ship the first week of September. Okay, do you guys want to see the first card that we are going to give a glam up from 2012? I have to tell you a little story about this card. Let me pull it up for you. I'm going to share with you my 2012 card. Okay, so move this out of the way. So this is my 2012 card. I went way back to find this in the vault, and this was, I didn't look up like what bundle this was, but these were these really cool blossom dies, and they had these kind of really neat big stamps. Like there was a stamp that filled all those little points on that flower. But I love big, cool dies. I've always loved dies. One of the first things I bought when I started crafting was, let's put this over here, move it over there, was my Big Shot and dies. And I just really wanted to die cut all the things. And so when I worked at the public school district, we had this retired teacher that used to come in and work in the summers and help us with all the things. And I first worked in the HR department there. And her name was Gloria, and she was the sweetest woman. She was like the grandma that you wanted, whether you had a great grandma or not. She was the grandma that you wanted. And she was just so kind and so soothing. Like she just made you comfortable. And she could handle any grumpy person. I just loved her. And so when she left and like fully retired, I brought some flowers in. And this is a card I made for her. And I won't forget it because I made it specially for her, and it was in a flower pick sticking up in the top of her flowers. So now I don't have anything like that in our dies. So we're going to take something that I've been loving and turn this into a fun, unique shaped card. Okay. With using some big dies. All right. So do you guys remember this bundle with the blossom dies? Drop a comment below if you remember this bundle. I want to know if you remember. So I'm going to remove that picture for now and flip the camera down. You will get one quick view of a maple butt and her little curls. Do you see her curls here? She's got curls. Both of my girls have curls. So we are going to make a shaped card. So I'm going to use some similar colors, and I don't really have a current die that is kind of like that round kind of shape. So I am going to make a really fun card using the party banners dies. Now I've been using these a lot. If you remember last week, I made this really fun cocktail card using the party banners here. So, and I showed you a couple. We're going to use a party banner to make shape of our card. So you need for this a 4 1/4 by 11 card base. Score this at 5 1/2. So just like a normal tent top or whatever you would call it, card base. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and burnish that with our bone folder. So we have our card base. This banner die is the perfect size, but what we need to do is make sure that the crease at the top of our card comes just underneath the cutting edge of that die. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hold it and kind of push down to where I feel it grab. I've got some tape, some paper tape up here, and I'm just going to tape it in place so it doesn't move. And we are going to run it through the cut and emboss. So I've got my base plate, the shim, and then plate 3, and we're going to put the other plate 3 right on top. And I've got it backwards for me. Okay. I've kind of turned it a little to an angle so it doesn't go straight. Last week, if you remember, I shared with you that when you have a die that has a straight edge, that if you do it straight on, when it hits the rolling bar in the center, the pressure bar, it will make a loud clunk clunk, and you don't want that. So let's see if I cut this right. I did. So now we have a card base and tape. And what makes that fun is it can still stand up, and it's just really cute and unique. I'm just kind of going across the edges. There's little pieces of cardstock. I'm using, this is Secret C. And I don't know if you remember, let me go back, let me bring that picture back up. Oops, let's see here. Where'd it go? Let me bring that picture back up. So you can see here, I would take and use this fun, turtly cute, isn't that what it's called? Yeah, turtly cute designer series paper. And instead of having an embossed layer like you see right here, up here, I'm going to use this and I'm going to cut a piece and put it here on the front. I thought this would make a really fun, like youthful birthday card. So I'm going to take and cut it out with a smaller banner. So let me just take and trim out enough. I'm also, remember last week I put it on top of a piece of basic white just to make it stronger. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I have a piece of basic white and I'm just going to put that underneath and cut them both out at the same time. Oops. Hi, Miss Connie. Thank you. I always enjoy when you're here. Debbie, thank you for sharing. Okay. So I have this piece, and this is just, I want to make this firmer, you know, so I just like to have pieces that feel substantial on my card. So you don't have to do this, but that is what I wanted to do. I also plan to use some ribbon on here, and I wanted to wrap it around. So I thought I want it to be kind of substantial because I wanted to wrap ribbon around it. So I don't exactly know how I'm going to do my ribbon yet because this is crafting on the fly. I thought that would be a fun way to do this tonight. I had an idea and we're just going to go with it. All right, so I do need some kind of fun little celebratory turtle from the paper. So since we're doing birthday, I could use this one that has the little balloon or this one that has the birthday cake. Drop a comment if you think I should use the little birthday cake guy or the turtle with the balloon on the card. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get some things out to stamp a sentiment. And I did pre-cut a banner for the inside. So should I use the birthday cake with the chef's hat or the little turtle with the balloon? I want your opinion in the comments. All right, we're going to use a happy birthday and a time to celebrate. So I'm using the Round We Go stamp set. This just went on, this is on the last chance list. But it is still available. So I've got a happy birthday and a time to celebrate. All right, is it the delay on Facebook or does no one have a suggestion? Silly girls. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to choose this one. I'm choosing this one. So let me grab my scissors, which are on my other table over here. I am using the birthday balloon one. So I've got my 4, got my dot here, and I'm going to line my dot here. So let me turn this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me move the picture out of the way. Okay, so I am lining up my dots in the cut line. Okay, so you might have to adjust your paper some. It's going to take the full maple. She's attacking my fingers. The full expanse of your trimmer. All right, so I've got my dot over here, right there. And then I've got my dot here. And I'm going to go all the way up. Okay. So now this is what we have. Okay, we have our 4-inch height here. I wanted the darker color there. I want it to show the lighter color in the center. So what we're going to do now is we are going to score at 4 and 8 inches because this is a piece of 12 by 12. So we're going to score. Well, let's see. It looks like it reconnected to the live. So hopefully it will just continue. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on here with the internet, but I have these two beautiful pieces of the charming, beautiful pattern paper, the Floral Charm DSP. So let me show you what we're going to do with those. We're going to add those to our card here and here on the center panel. So what I'm going to do is first, I need to cut one of the larger ones for here. So I'm going to get that in place first. So I'm going to cut this out of petal pink. So I need one petal pink. We have those. And then we're going to need one more double-sided piece for up here out of the smaller one, which is this. So I'm going to also do that in petal pink. Nope, I'm not going to do that in petal pink. I tell you what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to pick another one of these pretty papers. Let's see. That goes. That does not go with it. Let's see. Which pretty pattern do I want? I've got to open my pack because I need more paper. So we've definitely been having some live streaming issues here, and it looks like I'm going to have to contact our internet provider and figure out what's going on. I'm going to cut this out. We're going to do 2 of these because I can't have so many streaming issues. Number one, it stresses me out, friends. It stresses me out. And I know that for you guys, you don't want to be dropped and have to come back. That's a hassle too. So I am so sorry for things that are out of my control, but I'm still sorry. All right, so we're going to add these here, cut these all out. Run those through. And layer these pieces all together onto our card. Okay. So first, we're going to add this piece in the center here. Right in the center. So that's where we'll write on our card. This beautiful piece is going to go on the front and back here. Okay, so we need to glue the top of them together to figure out where they need to go. I just want to get the top of them together first. So they're lined up. To just kind of get an idea. I want them to be nice and lined up like that. And then this is going to go here. I'm going to put it right about there. Okay. So that's how I'm envisioning this little layout. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive. Okay, so we've got that. Give that a good little press. And then we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to add some adhesive. Okay. All right. So we need something beautiful, like a beautiful piece of ribbon. Let's see what we got here. What do we have that would look beautiful with this card? This beautiful green and gold. It definitely has that color in the paper. Let's just take and add a little bit of green and gold here. Behind our flower. Take and secure that with a little piece of tape. We're going to hide this, so that'll be okay. So we're going to take our flower and put it right there on some dimensionals. Let's see, we need to make sure though that we don't put dimensionals up on the top because it's going to hang off some there. So just on the bottom. Almost done with this card. Okay, so we have that green that ties in with the green in our paper and that beautiful gold. Trim this end here. Oh, I need to clean those scissors. Okay. So now what we have is this beautiful Z fold, definitely different than the first one. So let me just bring back the original just to remind you. This was the original Z fold, but remember we're giving them a glow up. So we are improving on what was done in 2013. I'm going to add some of these beautiful, charming shimmer faceted dots here with my take your pick tool. oil. We need a sentiment. And I am going to go with Can't Wait to See You Again Soon. Actually, haven't even used this one yet, this stamp. So I'm going to put the sticker on my block. Take that picture off just to give you screen view. And then I'm also going to use this beautiful flower on the inside. This one needs its sticker as well. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a strip of white. Just a little, I actually just need like a 1/2 inch strip. That's too big. Let's see. I think that 1/2 inch strip will work good. And of course you have 5 bazillion of them until you start to go looking for one. And then you're like, how come I can't find one in my whole big pile here of white strips? There we go. There we go. I think I should be able to get that on there. Yeah. So I'm going to use that early espresso again to kind of go along with our stamped image. Friends, I feel like our power is off or something. It's so hot in here, like the AC isn't working. Oh, thanks, Joan. Hi, Debbie. I can't wait to see you again soon. You ever, like, you went to see someone and you loved seeing them and you just can't wait to see them again. That's how I feel with this. So I'm going to add this on the card here. A little bit of glue. Let that dry. And while that is drying, I'm going to stamp this other flower on the early espresso here. That was not a good stamp. Okay, that's better. And we are going to cut that one out with the coordinating die so we can add that to the inside of our card. So let's pull this up here. I've got the die here. This die set also has, I'll show you in just a second, some beautiful dies that you can cut out. And you don't have to stamp the images. They're beautiful florals. I'll put that there. And I've only made a couple cards with this suite, so I have not used all those pieces yet. But it has a lot of, like all of these are standalone dies that you don't have to stamp with. They just have beautiful flowers. That would have been beautiful on here as well. Maybe I'll have to make another one. Okay, so here we go, and I'm going to add this one over here. Let's see. I want it to be over on the side. And let's see, I feel like we need a little sentiment on the inside. So how about over here, we're going to say, thanks, you made my day. Oh, that says thanks for being you. Not you made my day. Silly me. All right. Can't wait to see you again. Thanks for being you. So there is my Z-fold card, and then that was my 2013 Z-fold card. So there's that little glow up. Let me just make this a little smaller. And I'll have this here. And let me bring the other one in from 2012. And bring my little turtle, cute little turtle back in. So old cards made new again with fun new product. Inspired here by the color combo up there on that first card from 2012, and also the die cut shape. And then inspired by the floral nature of the Z fold, but wanting to try something a little more stepped up and different than what I had done on the original one so many years ago. So what do you guys think? 2012 and 2013 brought to the modern times. I think these are pretty cute cards. Now, it was pretty through all of my projects from so many years ago. I can tell you that number one, I've always loved straight lines. Number two, I've always loved bows. And number three, I've always loved a good flagged banner for a sentiment or a banner behind stuff. That has been three consistent themes that I saw through all 13 years of looking back at my projects. So I can't wait to bring you more projects over the next 3 weeks after this. And I will be making 13 projects by the end of this month. So there's this 2, so I have 11 more. So you've got a lot more to see as we go through the month. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, isn't that fun with the tiers of the beautiful paper of the everyday arches? So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure that you tune in each week for additional projects. So next week, I want you to make sure that you tune in live next week, because I'm going to have a really fun special for you guys next week, because next Tuesday is my 13th Stampiversary, my 13th birthday with Stampin' Up. So thank you guys so much. If you didn't catch the beginning of the video, make sure you go back and watch the replay, and also check the links for upcoming events and our current really great deals that just dropped today. You'll want to check out those in the links in the video. And if you're not already following me on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you click that follow button, click subscribe, make sure that you opt in for notifications so that you will get notified when I go live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another edition of Tuesday Night Live, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.